All right. Mic check 1 2. There we go. I just unplugged the mic on accident. Okay. So we're gonna go ahead and jump into Fade Trade 4. This is gonna be February 22nd. And you can see where the red bar is. This is marking the overnight high. So we can see right here. And if we look on the DOM, on the 10-year, 155 traded at that level previously. So let's go back to the chart. And I marked it out. So we're looking about 741 for that high for a fade opportunity. So we want to break that 130 level on the 10. And in the meantime, we're going to be filling this out. So this is going to be Fade 4. 2/22/18. News. Actually, I will check the news in just a second here. Oh, I don't have the news site up. Hold on real quick. Econo Day. Give me just a minute here. Econo Day. So I need home. Where the fuck is it? My Econo Day shop contact. I just want to see the goddamn calendar. Here we go. There we go. And then I also want to see the global announcements. There we go. So for the 22nd, which would be here. Let's see. This trade happened around 7:41, so we're looking for 8:41. Do we have any 840s? We have an 830 jobless claims in the U.S. So around 7:30 is when this happened. Right here. Didn't really do nothing. Okay. And then we're looking at the 22nd over here for just the American calendar. We're looking for like what? We're looking for 7:42 time frame. Jobless claims. I believe it actually didn't do nothing there. So we'll have to get back to that. All right, so let's go ahead and play this. So this is at, by the way, real quick, this is at 7:39, so we're going to be starting right here where my mouse is. So we're going to see this massive up push here. Now, before this happens, There's 5,000 right here on the ask. Let's see if that pulls away, because that's kind of like, and then you got the 800 right here in the 30. 509 in the TN. Let's see what happens, because those numbers stick out quite a bit. So again, we got the 511 right there. The 5,000. And I think it just may like push it horrendously. Okay, so yeah, I mean obviously about 1,200 just pulled after 2 contracts hit there, and then what are we at? 41.21. Let's see if that 511 at 305 pulls away on the TN there, right here. Should any second now. Oh, absolutely. So only 10 hit. Now there's 63. So I'm starting to think the TN is a really good indicator. And then they just blast right through that. And of course, all these big asks are pulling on the TN. And then the UV just ticked up. I mean, it just... Now, the way you can kind of tell it looks like a breakthrough is just look how weak this is. There's no big ass to lean on in the 10. You got 644 there in the bonds. 59 versus 157. Everything is kind of in sync. So, you know, it just looks like it's going to go for it. Now that's 629 in the bonds. I want to see what happens there. We're at 740. So we're about to have another big push up, 2 ticks. So 2 ticks, 140. Is that where we're going to hit? Yeah, see right here where the 4519 is? That's like sticks out on the TN. Or not the TN, the 10-year. So that kind of sticks out, and then you got this 3157 that sticks out on the 5-year. And then you got this 839. But I'm just kind of scanning everything. Doesn't seem like we have ES correlation either. So we just took quite a bit there. 563 looks like it just printed in the bond, but we're going to rewind that 42.25. We're going to go to... So... I'm going to kind of do a little play-by-play here, just a little pause and go. Yep, they just completely clear that out in the bonds. That was nothing. And that was only a heavy ask, really. And obviously, a lot of these big asks on the TN were fake. But you could have seen that coming if you wanted to do a breakout, possibly. You got a lot of trading here. everything is in sync. So I'm definitely going to answer a question real quick. News? No. No news. So I just wrote mop. No news. Spreading? No. Major support resistance? Yeah. Actually, yes. It's overnight high. So, profile, top edge. Velocity seems like it's medium. So, I'm going to type it in. I want to focus on this medium auction activity. But before we do, I think we should just like play the remainder out instead of me rewinding. Aggressive tick back, absolutely. I think that was the only time we'll hit that area. 42.56. So the where the 140 is, we obviously seen that giant ass there. Very aggressive tick back. So it's about 46. So we're going to go answer a question real quick. So 4,600, we're going to put roughly. Price. Taps by 353 cars. Aggressive tick back, very aggressive. Let me actually spell aggressive right in these columns real quick. Shit bothers me. Okay. So we definitely have the aggressive tick back. I don't think we're coming back. You wouldn't have time to react to that, but now it's like 27. You know, let me cut it. Now the bid is obviously heavy, and the ask is light. Same thing on the Ultra Bond, even on the It just looks like it's gonna go up according to everything except for the TN, really. I do want to see that tick back. Actually, we're at 43 even. 42.52. Let's watch it go back up here. Actually, we can answer other questions if I go back a complete minute. So 7:39 is when shit starts ramping. up here. So now we're going to watch the velocity in the auction activity. Auction activity, it's very low, actually. It just mostly price is getting swept. As you can see. So now I'm training my eyes to look at auction activity and velocity. There we go. There's some auction activity right there. Aggressive tick back right there. Bid and ask is leveled out significantly on the 10-year. According to TN, it looks like it has an up bias, though. And at this point, we should be dropping quite a bit. We should be dropping back to 11.15. So near major peak. And that's where we're taking profits. So we'll go ahead and answer that now because we know. And this would be a 1, 2, 1, 2. We're in here, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Roughly 4 ticks of profit, but I'm not going to quite so we'll do 1 tick above major peak. So we do have a obvious profit zone. I'm gonna have to like double check on this tick to win. This bid versus ask size, kind of looking at that. So we'll cut back here. The bid to ask, it's about even. You know? And you ticked back up on the TN there. So now that we're looking at it, it's looking like it still could go up. It doesn't, but why does it not go up? Is there something that's going to tell us that this is a solid fade? And that's what I'm looking for. The TN can't hold. Nothing's tapping this 005 area. Oh, so that right there, everybody just ticked down. Was there cancellations? If there's cancellations, we need to know so we can answer that. So we're at 4408. We want to go to 4407, ideally. What just happened? So here's what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually make a note. Just a second here. This is fun. I enjoy this. This is like a fantastic learning opportunity doing these things. So here's what we're going to see. We have on the 10-year, I have that 29.47 versus 5.29. I'm looking at the bid versus the market orders. Because I want to see if anything cancels, right? And then I'm looking at the TN, and we got that 365 versus nothing right now. Everybody ticks down at once. So, hold on, I'm going to cut this real quick because I want to check something. Cool. All right. Now, we are about to... Ah, fuck! All right. 4401. We're at 44. Everybody's going to tick down. We got the 531 versus that 29 10-year. What's going to happen? Everybody's going to tick down at once, right? But if you look at it, this is a few seconds before it happens. We're even here. We're about even here. And I'm talking about bid versus ask. We're even here. Ultra Bond looks like it's favoring. But everybody's like one tick off the high, right? You know, you had all this aggressive tick backing across all the markets, it looks like. 27.55 just printed in. So, yeah, about 2,000. Really not much canceled, maybe 500. So that one, like, massive. And then you had 240 here. There's some cancellation, but it wasn't that big of a deal, right? So let's see what it was at 4408. Okay, so we need to go to 4408 on the time of the video. Sometimes I talk and things make sense to me, but maybe not to you. But, you know, that's... If you watch enough of these, maybe you'll understand where I'm coming from. Right, okay, right here. So we got 29.47 versus 5.31, right? Oh, and you can see the TN dropped to 282. So 531. Everybody just goes, we're at 27.55. I'm going to do some math here. So pardon me while I pull up a calculator. Okay. So we originally had oh, there was no cancellations almost, like 282. Yeah, there was very few cancellations. So I was going to do some math, but cancels. New. None. None. Was there absorption? Really not at all. No. So we really had no absorption at all. And the way I can tell is like, I mean, look at these profile steps, 353, 39, 49. Slight profile step built here on the TN, which is interesting. 907. That's interesting. So, bid versus ask. It was about even, but we're going to. And by the way, there's definitely no ES correlation on this one. Oops, I put MP. Sorry about the constant moving of the mic. Auction activity. I would say this is a slow to medium on the velocity, to be honest with you. Auction activity, not really, other than several prices being swept. So, you know, really not really any auction activity other than prices being swept. Smooth versus chop. It was actually smooth. So, definitely smooth. Hold on real quick. So, time of day, play time. That doesn't really. Not going to really get into that. Maybe last. We've almost answered all of our questions. I just need to know where we're taking profits. We need to know our steps built? Yeah, possibly. I'm going to put yes, TN. And then I'm going to come down here and put no. I probably shouldn't have to put. I'm only going to put yes for the one that applies. I've been putting no for the others. But I'm only going to put yes from now on for the ones that are being built. Yeah, so let's move on and just watch. I mean, you do have a little bit of auctioning. It's really not much. And again, we should go down one tick. So hold on. Before we do that, though, we want to know that the total contracts right here, because this is where profits are going to be taken out. 120. Currently, it's at 31,669. I mean, bids are looking heavy across the board, really, except for the 10-year. Now it's reversed. The TN is obviously one-sided. 255 versus 81, right? Now you're even on the UB. You're starting to get even on the 10-year. Now you're even on the 10-year. Bonds is obviously one-sided. Now the 10-year is heavy ask. Even UB, heavy ask TN. It looks like the UB just dropped in, or the bonds just dropped in. Where we have 45.03. Let's see if that 10-year drops in, or the 30. There's a battle there. That's what we saw. We just saw a little uptick battle at that 43.11 level. So that's interesting. Possible people are positioning in the bonds to go short at this point. Or they're covering. I'm not sure. But at this point, we're definitely looking like it's going to be a downside according to the bid-ask size, and we just had a sweep right there. So now we're going to kind of just let everything play out. I want to see how many contracts trade at 120 before we go back up at 7:48. What time is it on here? It's 7:44. Actually, what are we gonna drop to 11.15? Yeah, we're gonna drop down here to 11.15. Looking heavy bid. Definitely looking heavy bid everywhere. And bad, dude, sellers are just knocking it down. I would honestly be looking for a profit here. Because of how much is trading right there. It's obviously absorbing. Look at it just absorbing heavily in the 10-year. I said, what, 11.5? Is that where it is? Yeah, 11.5. Let me write that down real quick. It's 5,412. Or 50. 412. So you have an absorption on a down move right there in the 10-year heavily. It still looks like an upside bias except for maybe the bonds and the 5 years. Boom, it just got swept right there. We had a tick down everywhere, didn't we? 47.02, so. All right, let's see if we have a universal tick down. Shit, I think I missed that. 46. Go to 46, 46. Let's see if we have a universal tick down across the board. Yeah, yes, we did. Now we want to see how many contracts are going to trade right here. To see if we can even profit at 11.5, which I really doubt because only 57 touched in there. And now you're having this aggressive tick up right there. So we're at 746 now. We're going to start to rally up at 747. And we are not going to see 11.5 anymore. Not for a while, at least. Now you're weak on the bid here. And in the 10-year. But the TN is opposite, which is interesting. TN dropped in quite a bit. We're at the 11.5 again. It's weak on the 11.5, but they just aren't taking it. And this is our last time frame where 339 just trade in. This is our last time frame where it's gonna before it goes up. But yeah, that aggressive ticking up here at this price level, that it just seems like this is the point of reversal. I mean, just nothing. They don't want it. It looks like they just don't want that price. And then they just take it up. And that was that. That was the last time we see it down there. So could you take profits at 11.5? We'll see. Just a second. I'm going to do some math. So, bring it over here. Originally, at 11.5, it was 54.12, right? 54.12. And we will subtract. Actually, we need to clear it out. Um, 58.10. Only 398 contracts traded at 5.11 or 11.5. There's no way you're going to make. There's no way you would take profits there. Realistically, there's just no way. So let's go here. Two ticks. Oops. It's going to be a 3-tick winner. And the reason is you'd probably get in at 135 ideally, and then 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Let's see, and I'm going to put aggressive, tick backing, and heavy absorption at profit zone. But we want to know about getting into the trade. So if we look at this, at a 4-minute time, 4. One second. At top. Four minutes. Price below. Four minutes, 1 tick below. Okay. Time of day. So 41. What else are we needing? Steps. Were steps built? We'll see. We're gonna rewind it. And then we'll have pretty much everything in this video will be concluded. So let's go back to 740. And we're going to look here in the TN, so I'll go back a little more. Oh, shit. Let's watch the TN. Let's see if this profile stuff gets built up. See that 8's building up really fast right there on the TN. Still watching the TN. I mean, you had the 310, 315 almost look like a pressure point going up. It just like stalled. I don't think anything touches 80 or 005. Let's go forward though. Yeah, nothing touches 005. So let's cut this. 1. I'm going to put possible void. Oops. We'll put 907. 907. Price above wasn't touched. Acted like absorption. Acted like absorption. So, Control C. Control oh. Price above wasn't touched. Cars. Here we go. 907 cars acted like absorption price above when touched. Bid versus ass size. And then I think we've completed everything. So we're going to... we'll go to 740. Well, 741 is all right, though. We're going to have that aggressive tick up. Or tick down. Seems like the bid and the ass are about even. You know, you both have like 27 versus 24. Bid's pumping up. You know, you'd be wondering if you're in at the right point here. Boom, it just drops in. Ah, shit. Did not mean to do that. So I put for bid versus ask even. Bid pumps to 3,000 briefly. Ask goes to 2,200. Quick sweep down. Looks like TN builds small step at high. ZN has aggressive tick down at high. Market and sync. Prices just sweeping. All right. Again, looks like TN builds small step at high. ZN has aggressive tick down at high. Market and sync. Prices just sweeping. Aggressive tick backing and heavy absorption at profit zone. So we got all of our information. The next step is for me to just take a screenshot. And then post the video link. Well, that's another one in the books. Hope you enjoyed that.